Hello everybody, welcome to Short Shot Archery. Anthony here, and today I'm going to be unboxing the Galaxy Archery Bullseye. And this bow that I'm unboxing is the 62 and 66 inch bow. They do make other sizes, I'll go through that, but this is the complete set for the 62. The 62 and the 66 share the same set of limbs, so they're interchangeable for those two models. The smaller models of the Galaxy Bullseye, they have smaller limbs with them, which are interchangeable with those two models. Just to clarify before we open the box. Now, this is what you should receive when you pick up a Galaxy Bullseye, so I feel like it's worth sharing with you. I did get the complete set, so it's going to come with additional things such as a string, a nocking point, and an arrow rest. And we're going to take a look at all of that. So without further ado, let's open this box and see what's inside. Alright, so first off, we got some packaging material. Let's get that out of the way. Right underneath was the arrow rest that sticks right onto the riser. Also, you get two metal nocking points that you can attach onto the string that comes with this bow. Also, we have the riser, very nicely wrapped up. They really want to protect this bow when they're shipping it to you, so that's really good to see. And here are the limbs, also nicely wrapped up in some bubble wrap. And we're going to go about opening all of them up and checking them out. So for now, we're just going to put our nocking points and our arrow rest out of the way. And we're just going to get into checking out the limbs first, and then we'll check out the riser itself. For this though, you may want to break out like a pair of scissors or maybe a knife to cut some of the tape. Cut carefully. You can also peel it off by hand, but it may be a bit of a pain. Alright, now that I got a knife to open this up, let's go about that. Okay, so that's the first level of protection, some bubble wrap, and they're actually still wrapped in a very nice plastic bag, and of course they're rubber banded together. And now we have one set of limbs. Now each limb has its own bag. So in my mind, this kind of comes in handy. I personally would keep these bags around and just keep storing the limbs in them because it's pretty much acting like a limb sleeve for your limbs, and it'll be a good way to keep them in good shape and protect them from banging into each other in the case or banging into other gear in your case. The limbs themselves, though, look very nice for such an affordable bow, and there's information written on them. These are 20-pound limbs with the 62-inch bow at a 28-inch draw. Overall, they're very nicely designed. I do really like the look of them for the price. So let's open up the second one here. And again, same thing. I'll be keeping this bag around to store this limb in. Again, nice white finish with the Galaxy logo printed on the front. So you do have two opposing limbs, so you can set one as your bottom limb and the other one as your top limb. And keep that nice and consistent. So very cool that they aren't identical in the branding they have on them. So that way you can make sure you have one as your bottom limb and one as your top limb. Some points I want to cover on the limbs is that they are white fiberglass limbs with a wood core. The limbs come in a variety of poundages. Of course, this will change a little bit based on the bow you get. It will fluctuate if you get the 62 or the 66-inch bow. So the limbs will be a little bit lighter if you get the 66-inch bow. Lancaster has that all laid out on their site, which is where this bow is available. And I will have a link to that in the description so you can check it out yourself. But the range is from 12 pounds all the way up to 38 pounds. So that is a very wide range for such a beginner bow, and it gives you a lot of options, especially if you're trying to purchase bows for maybe an archery class you're running or something of that nature, or you just want to pick up a bow for your kid and you want to have them being able to use it for a pretty long period of time. All right, now that I have the limbs out of the way, let's take a look at the riser. First, we're going to start from the top here. Okay. So I guess this is their little, their advertising sign. They can put the price and the model if this is a bow that a retailer like an archery shop is picking up to sell in their store from Galaxy. There's also a manual here that'll tell you the different parts of the bow and how to set it up, how to set your knock height and carrying for your bow. It explains the warranty and the brace height. So a whole lot of really important information in this manual, especially for a first-time bow owner and a new archer. Now, hidden underneath that manual was the string. I was looking for this because, it's supposed to be provided. So I'm very happy that there is a string with this. It looks very nicely made for a mass-produced string. It's actually made by Pinnacle Archery, which is very cool. Now onto the riser itself. We have this nice foam padding on the ends here, protecting your limb bolts and the limb pockets. Of course, that's all held down by, again, some rubber bands. Take that foam off. Get the rubber bands off on this side. All right, and now we just have the riser in its foam bag. Another good point, I personally will probably reuse this bag in order to store this riser in it, again, so I don't beat up on the very nice laminated wood here, and just trying to keep this riser in the best shape it can possibly be kept in. That way it'll be great for archers to use years down the road. And since it is a wooden bow, it does have a certain, beauty to it. Yes, it may just be laminated wood, but still, it has a really nice look for a bow that's, for beginners that also has a beginner price. Now, some things I want to point out on this riser is you have a mount for a front stabilizer, you have a single mount for a plunger, you have the 2 mounts for your sight, and we also have, of course, the removable limb bolts so that you can screw your limbs into them and secure them very tightly, make sure they don't go anywhere. Other than that, it provides everything you need. You get a really cool Galaxy logo on the side here, which is nice. I would say this is a very well done beginner bow, and I definitely look forward to putting this together and seeing how I personally enjoy shooting it and my archers enjoy shooting it. A few other things I want to point out to you about the Galaxy Bullseye riser is the brace height for this riser is 7 to 8 inches as advertised by Galaxy Archery. The riser length is 19.5 inches, so it's a good size riser. It is smaller than your traditional ILF risers, but it's a good starting point, especially for youth shooters and just young shooters in general, or even some adults. Another big bonus is this riser is available in both right and left-handed. Some of the beginning risers only stick to right-handed shooters, so it's great that this brand is offering both left and right-handed versions so that everybody gets to play and shoot archery. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing of the Galaxy Bullseye. I had a lot of fun sharing it with you, and I really look forward to using this riser in the future for teaching new shooters how to shoot archery. So thank you so much for watching again. Links to this bow are in the description of this video. If you did enjoy, please consider liking or subscribing to Sure Shot Archery, and as always, happy shooting!